Hello people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thanks for being here, thanks for your likes, thanks for the views, thanks for the comments, and thanks for always stopping by. The summer holidays are here for our children. I hope they're not stressing you too much. Please, this is the time to enjoy with your children. This is the time to relax. This is the time to spend more time with your children, knowing them, seeing how much they've grown, and also to choose your battles with things like allowing them stay a longer time before bath time, allowing them make their breakfast by themselves, teaching them that new skill. For me and my children, this is a time where I'm teaching my son how to wash the dishes, how to take his bath himself, and how to ride a bike. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see it. So thanks for being here. Today we're going to be talking about something that's because I work with parents and a lot have had this question, and it's regarding behavior. My child doesn't behave well, my child doesn't behave well. So on today's video, we're going to be talking about effective ways to promote change or develop behaviors. Like I said, this is one of the most common questions or concerns, that parents bring to me. But like I always say, it's important that we know the developmental level where our children are, and the expected behavior in that phase. It's going to help us manage our expectations better. But aside from that, children are going to behave. Children are going to push your boundaries. They're going to behave in an awkward way. So what I'm going to share today is just one way. I'm going to share several ones, but for today I'm going to talk about just one, and that one is praise. Using praise to change behavior, to modify behavior. So someone will say, but why are you starting with praise? I'm starting with praise for three reasons. Number one, it shows a common misconception, as you will see as we progress. Number two, it's easy to practice and start using in your home. As the kids are on holiday, I advise that you start using it now. And you'll begin to see a difference in your child after a few days, only if you use it properly. Praise is so helpful for locking behavior. When building habits, praise helps. So what is praise? Praise is very familiar. It refers to expressing approval in some way. We know it very well. It is illustrated in everyday life. As you illustrate by saying things like "great," "well done," "you've done well." The positive feedback is the praise we are familiar with, and the effects, we know them too. So praise makes us feel better. We smile, we are pleased to hear it, we are much happier when there's praise in our lives. But as a parent, you're probably providing praise to your child. What could we possibly say here that will be new? We always praise our children, just like I said, but what are we going to say here that is new? So there are two types of praise. So we have the routine praise, which is the one you do in everyday life that everyone is familiar with, and your children love it. It helps build relationship, and and you continue to do that. And then the second one is a special praise, which is our focus for today, which is useful when we want to change behavior, we want to develop some behaviors. Getting your child to do homework, be a good or a better listener, or having your child do something. This is the special kind of praise that we'll use to get that behavior, and it can also be used to get rid of some bad or unpleasant behavior. So what are the features of this special praise? This praise has three features. The first one is that praise should be enthusiastic. This will look like, "That's great," with some hand gestures, some facial expression, and the tone of your voice really comes up. "That's great." The second component, state exactly what they are being praised for. "Great, you picked up your toys just like I asked." And then the third component, it is non-verbal. It can be a touch on their shoulder, a high five, a rubbing of their hair, a hug, a kiss, whatever you do that's comfortable. So non-verbal praise is the third part. And there's research to show that each of these praise components is essential to make the special praise effective to change behavior. So let us review one more time, because it's such a critical tool in this toolkit. I mentioned that special praise has three main ingredients, but the first steps comes way before the behavior. That is selecting the behavior you like to develop. So before this special praise, you would have selected a behavior. So someone will ask, how do we make this special praise effective? The first thing we should do is it should be right after the behavior. The second thing is praise for small increments in the behavior. Make sure the behavior is done. And then lastly, do not praise the person. To be good to say, oh David, you're such a really good boy because you did this behavior. No, don't do that. Mommy and daddy loves you no matter what you do. And finally, on this one, do not focus on yourself as a parent. You make mommy and daddy happy when you do this. No. Mommy and daddy, we love our children regardless of what they do. It's also important to note this as we put on and practice this special praise, and to avoid using it because we all do it. It's called caboosing. Think for a moment about a train with many cars, and the last car is called a caboose. In praise, caboose is adding on something that undermines everything. You might have the perfect praise. Great, you picked up your toys. Acts nice, nicely done, and then you give a pat. Now with caboose, why can't you always be like that? How come you don't do this like your sister always does it? Why do I have to nag you every time you get that behavior? So this is what I'm talking about, caboosing. We do it unconsciously. You do the special praise. You say, great, well done. You picked up your toys. You give a pat on the back or a rub and then you now caboose and say, but why don't you do that? No, we should avoid that in this special praise. It will not help us get the result that we are seeking. So here are some frequently asked questions. Will I need to praise my child forever to get him to do things or her to do things? Not at all. This is a very short time temporary program to make a permanent change. You get the behavior, you stop. That's it. Number 2, will I spoil the child and make him expect praise from me for everything? Not at all. You praise the behavior, you get repeated practice, you build in, and then you drop the program. And then the last one is, will praise change the child and get the behavior you want? Not by itself, but it is a critical ingredient. So the key ingredients of this special praise, as we have seen, is, and in this illustration that I'm going to show you here, is select a behavior before, praise, effectively, state the specific behavior, and then add a gentle touch. And like I always say, the key to making best of it is practice. I hope you find this helpful. Did you know about this method? Let me know. But in subsequent series, I'm going to drop different things that we can use. But the first one you're going to use now is praise. Let's use it now that the children are at home for the summer holidays, and let me know what you think. Did you know about this? Are you going to be using it? Drop me a comment, share this video, and please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I'll see you in my next one. Peace.